everyone, this is Daniel Scranton, and I'm going to channel the Arcturian Council. Pleased to connect. We have done extensive research on the history of humankind there on earth, and we have seen so many instances where you have experienced a catastrophic event. As a collective, we have noticed that in each of those instances, it was the ones who survived that had the hardest time. Not only did those humans face their own fears of death, starvation, loss of home and loss of friends and family members. But they also endured the trauma emotionally. The ones who survived were the ones who carried the burden of the emotional turmoil that the cataclysmic event left in its wake. There have been many of these occurrences that are not in your history books. But we have explored them. And we have explored the energetic impact on the human collective consciousness. We want you all to recognize that you have benefited from those past life selves and what they have endured. You have been calling upon that collective consciousness that is a part of human history. And you have been taking the offerings of those previous selves and really benefiting from what they have to share with you about surviving through a global tragedy. Now, what you want to recognize within yourselves at this time is that those of you who choose to survive the current global pandemic will be doing so because you know that you have that strength within you. You knew that this was going to be part of your role as those who are ascending. And those of you who are awake knew the biggest aspect of what you are going through right now would be the emotional impact. You knew that you would be called upon to process more than your fair share for humanity, and you knew that you were up to the task. Many of you who are awake have felt throughout this lifetime that you've been processing for humanity, even more so than you've been processing for your past life selves. In this instance, we are talking about drawing strength from your past life selves to help clear the unresolved trauma for the rest of the human collective that you are sharing the earth with at this time, and for those who are passing. You knew that this was going to be worth it. You knew that this lifetime would lead you to the shift in consciousness, and you knew that you were the ones to do this very important work, to lead humanity into ascension, into the fifth dimension, into the higher consciousness that you are stepping into at this time. We are here to support you, to help you, and to remind you of how powerful and strong you really are. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Hi everybody. Thank you for watching my video. As always, I appreciate all of you showing up day after day, night after night, whatever time it is where you are. I know there was something I wanted to share with her. Well, I'll just start with the sales pitching. I've got a 50% off sale going on right now. It's good for recordings. It's good for channelings, where I channel for you. Lessons, where I teach you how to channel. The master channeling course I put together. And some of the items that are not eligible for the discount. I'm also here to promote the Ascending to the Fifth Dimension course that starts in April. The beginner's channeling class these are not eligible for the discount. That starts in April, and the personalized mantras. So doing personalized mantras from whichever of the beings I channel for you. Just started doing that. That's been a lot of fun so far. I knew there was something I wanted to tell you guys about Miss Talea Bliss today, because I'm getting to spend so much time with her. So there's so much more to talk about. One of the things I said to my wife today is how it's funny how the first part of being a parent, when you first get a baby, all you're thinking about is we just have to keep her alive. That's our goal. That's our role. We just want to keep her alive. And now we're finding that we really want to keep her entertained. Now that she's got these, this instinct to grab things and just move them around and play with. She loves doing this. So I had to put a cheaper one on that I don't like as much today. I was like, okay, this one you could break, so I'm going to put a different one on. This is what I was thinking of sharing. She had a moment today where she was sitting over here. We've got this high chair set up over here. They have these high chairs now that have like a clamp. So it's not like the traditional one that, is like plastic and yay high. This one you clamp onto the table and then strap her in. It's pretty cool. And she's sitting there, and Kalyandra's over here, and Talea's over here, and she's like talking at Kalyandra. I don't know what she wanted, if she wanted Kalyandra to come over to her or what, but it was pretty funny. Kalyandra would just lay there and kind of looking at her like, I don't know what you want from me again. So that was fun. We got to go to the forest today for the first time in a while. The weather was a little bit better today, so that was nice. And we did a little bit of grocery shopping, and God, we spent so much money on food. I had a really good day, a nice day off. A real 100% day off. Didn't do any work at all. I mean, I answered emails, if you could count that as work. But this is the majority of the work I'm doing now, is these videos. Get a little bit more of the orchid in there. So glad we got those orchids. Oh yeah, that's right. They do still have them at Whole Foods. Star Trek Picard, at the end of the day, finished the last episode. It was a little bit disappointing, I have to say. A little bit disjointed. Hard to really get into anything that they were doing. I really like the concept. Like, whoever came up with the idea, bravo, but the execution of the show was lacking for me. So it looks like they're going to continue doing it. I hope they get their act together. Star Trek Discovery's been awesome first 2 seasons, and psyched for season 3 to come. Devs on Hulu, that's gotten pretty deep. It's always been deep and a bit creepy and dark, but now it's getting really deep. I love that so many of these shows now are about consciousness, and even Star Trek Picard was about consciousness to a certain extent because it has the whole like artificial intelligence thing in it, but yeah, not great Picard, sorry to say. It's hit or miss with all these Star Trek series. But I'm enjoying this show, Better Call Saul. The spin-off from prequel spin-off from Breaking Bad, which I never watched because I thought it was going to be a little too dark and violent and hard to like the main character. But I'm really liking Better Call Saul. Anyway, I think I've already mentioned that, so I'm just rambling now. I will be back tomorrow, and I will have 2 new recordings by tomorrow night when I do the what's this called? Video. All the links for everything I mentioned are down in the description. So if you're like, all right, how do I find this Ascending to 5D course or Learn to Channel Master course? It's all in the description. I pack as much in there as I can. They give us 5,000 characters to play with, and I use up most of them. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know where the subscribe button is on this screen right now or below it, but I do this all the time, almost every day. So come back, keep coming back. I'm glad you guys liked the light language and sound healing I did relating to the virus, and I hope you're all staying safe. And keeping others safe too. And I know we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it sooner, I think, than later. So that's my prediction. Anyway, blessings to you and yours. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow night for more.